All right, welcome back to the Beer Parlour Podcast. We're back again with Michael. We're doing big things now. We're bringing guests back to back. But Michael has been an original guest, though, right from the very zero subscriber days
From day one,
of right from the very zero subscriber days of the Beer Parlour Podcast. So he's the original guest on here, right? Shout out to Michael, man. Michael, welcome back to the Beer Parlour
yes,
Podcast. How's your
happy
week
to be
been?
back. It's been great, man. I can't complain, man.
Yeah. Any fun things you did this week?
No, none that I can point to, bro. It's just been work and family stuff.
I know. I mean, that's what being an adult is when you think about
literally,
it. Right?
Literally.
Being a responsible adult, let's put it that way, because
Literally.
some other adults out here just playing.
Like lately, you kind of have to schedule your fun.
Yep.
You don't just wake up and start having fun. You have bigger priorities.
Yep.
So you have fun when you get to have it.
Absolutely. That's why we got to keep working. Keep working so that our older age,
you get to sit and relax.
We wouldn't be working as hard as we are working now.
Indeed, yes.
Well, man, thanks for being on the show again. And, like always, right, we have interesting stories. And again, I guess I'm going to stop saying we're Nigerians. I mean, you should know at this point that we're Nigerians. So we cover Nigerian stories here, trending Nigerian stories. And we're going to start with one that's been trending in this past week or past month, let me say. And it's about a Nigerian minister saying Nigerians abroad are depressed. And this is according to the pulse.ng website. It says here, the chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri, Erewa, has revealed that many Nigerians living outside the country are buried in regret and depression. She disclosed this via X, formerly Twitter, on Sunday, that NIDCOM has been overwhelmed with distress calls from Nigerians who relocated abroad, lamenting their harrowing experiences. What are your thoughts on this, Michael? Do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, I'll start by saying I am not depressed. So,
yo, I almost spilled my drink.
I'm not depressed by any way possible. So from a personal experience, I can't relate to that. And if I can speak to my close friends as well, we all have struggles. We all have things that we're trying to that we're looking forward to do or attain, depending on whatever goals that you have. And I feel like that's like everybody, regardless of wherever it is that you are. As long as you're ambitious and you're chasing goals, you would have stress. You would have struggles and challenges. But as far as depression, Nigerians, do we get depressed? Because even people that are expressing even other, situations back home, they still find ways to enjoy the smallest things about life, So depression, I don't know. Maybe once you move out here in the States, you start to become more emotional. You start to become more sensitive to certain things. The things that you call depression here in America, right? If you go back home, they're not depression. So maybe when people move here, they are recalibrating their minds and start calling certain things depression, right? And I can imagine what people call depression would be, it's hard for you to find a job. It's harder for you to find a job in Nigeria. So in my opinion, right, whatever it is that you're going through here, right, I don't think you'd have it even better in Nigeria. Especially because for me, right, I appreciate the fact that I don't have to worry about electricity. The fact that I don't have to worry about, fuel. Imagine you going to work, coming back home. Now you have to worry about, you want to buy gas, you want to buy kerosene, you want to buy, just like the simple things, right? The simple comforts that I'm able to enjoy here reduces my stress level. Right. So again, I need to understand those people that are saying they're depressed. I need to kind of hear their stories and hear, oh, why are you depressed? If you're telling me, oh, it's hard for you to find a job, my brother, my sister, it's hard to find jobs anywhere in the world. So I don't think it's peculiar to an American experience. And you moving to America does not mean that, you know, you're going to find it easy, right? So
Yeah.
I remember when I first moved to America, it wasn't as easy for me to get everything that I wanted. Yeah, I had plans, but everything didn't work, you know, exactly how I imagined it would work. But
Yeah.
I still wasn't depressed. I just understood, okay, yeah, it's going to take me longer than I expected. But eventually, things started, you know, moving for me. So, again, a lot of people tend to use the word depression very loosely. You know, I hear certain people and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of going through a lot and I'm depressed right now. And I kind of like dig more into what it is that they're going through. And I hear, okay, yeah, these are just, I feel like everybody's going through what you're going through, maybe on different layers and on different levels. But these are just being an adult and, you know, I feel like if you say people are more lonely, I can hear that compared to like depression, because most of us that move here, we're leaving our families behind. We're leaving all of our friends behind. We're leaving all our extended families behind. So once you move here, and if you don't really have families already living here, it can be very lonely and you can feel like you're struggling by yourself. You're trying to find means by yourself. So loneliness I can see, but depression, I'll need to listen to those people and hear what they're going through and if that even means depression, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as struggles, if they're saying it's tough living in America, yeah, it is tough everywhere. I don't think it's easier anywhere, right? It just depends on, you know, what are you chasing and what are you looking for, you know. So what do you think? Are you depressed? Let's start from there.
I'm not depressed, and you know, like you said, it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for just your daily bread, you know, the daily bread shouldn't be too difficult to find, right?
Yeah, if you're in America, bro, unless you're lazy, you putting food on your table should be the least of your worries.
Yeah, but if you're if you're a high achiever, you know, you're someone who likes to accomplish a lot of things, then it definitely won't be easy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here just a little bit, you know, even though I'm not a big fan of this lady, right? Because she said a whole lot of salty things in the past, which we're not gonna bring up today. But however, I'm just gonna play the devil's advocate today. It's all about perspective. It's all about what location. Let me also say location. You know, we're in the USA, so I guess our perception, our perspective is quite different, you know. And I guess there will be some people who would be depressed, but I wouldn't say it's the majority. Like she said here, you know, many Nigerians living outside the country, you know, and obviously we're in America, so we're going to talk about our experience. But maybe she's talking about the people in maybe Libya, in you know, people who are trying to cross the continent via the Mediterranean Sea, you know, people in Europe, you know, maybe that's where she's pointing towards, right?
So if you say
what I'm saying,
that makes sense. So when I hear that, I just brought that to the US. So my bad. So yeah, if you just use generally abroad, right? Because I can only speak about the US really because I live here. But yeah, I can imagine people struggling to like find their ways in Italy, China, wherever, you know, abroad, you know, if you use in general terms. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that statement's true if, you know, I take it out of America or like the UK. I've heard terrible stories about people living in the UK and even Canada. And yeah, maybe that's true. If you're using abroad in general,
yeah,
I can see that being true, bro. I can see it being true. Yeah, it's harder to come to America and we're focusing on just America, but I can imagine it being very tough. Just imagine living in Amsterdam, where like you have to go through like just a language barrier, you know, you having to like blend in. Yeah, I can imagine that being very tough and crazy.
Yep. And
so that might be true. So I take that back. That might be true.
Yeah, and there's also absolutely. I mean, we're allowed to take our thoughts when you get a newer information.
Yeah,
you're allowed
abroad
to
in general.
and refrain, right? But you know, there's a lot of horror stories too from coming from Libya, Nigerians living in Libya. There's a whole lot of things that I don't even want to get into, right? Whole
But bro, if you're in Libya, are you abroad?
What is it though? You're abroad. I mean, if you're out of the country, that's abroad, right? I mean, so that's what it is, though. I mean, if you're outside the country, you're abroad.
Nigeria, I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
But yeah, anyway, again, it's all about perspective.
So if you did Ghana, you did abroad.
Yeah, absolutely. You're abroad. Easy.
Bro.
Before you get to Ghana, you're gonna cross Togo and Benin Republic, right? Ghana is just not next door. You know, right?
Ghana is next door.
No, Ghana is after. Like, there's Nigeria, there's Togo, there's Benin, and then there's Ghana.
Brother, a 6 hours drive to Ghana. What are you saying now? A 6 hours drive to Ghana. What are you saying?
Oh my God. There are two whole countries before Ghana. Ghana is not next door.
Okay. So wait. So if I travel to Canada, I'm abroad. As an American, Absolutely. If I travel, I'm abroad. You're in Minnesota. You can just drive. You literally share a border with Canada. You can just drive. To me, right? If you're not flying 6 hours or like over the ocean or something.
Yeah.
Even to me, if you're in the UK, right? UK is like 6 hours flights from Nigeria.
So you don't consider UK,
bro?
I don't consider the UK, bro.
I don't. Bro, do you know there are people who travel to the UK for like a Sunday service and travel back the same day?
Yeah, true.
To me, my mind, right?
True.
It's just like you're going to Keja.
Yep.
Honestly. So if you're saying abroad, for me, you need to be traveling overseas, like over the Atlantic Ocean or something, before I can say, okay, yeah, you're actually abroad. You're abroad.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, if you did Libya, I don't know. Why are you in Libya? What are you doing there? I expect you to be depressed in Libya.
I mean, you have to be really depressed in Nigeria to actually go to Libya.
But you going to Libya, I expect you to find depression there.
Yeah.
Like, wait till you find go Libya.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
The situation in Libya is way worse than it is in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
It
is absolutely. Totally agree with you on that one.
So I still feel like we need to define that abroad. What constitutes abroad.
In her defense, she said Nigerians living outside the country. So she wasn't necessarily specific. Okay. She was like Nigerians living outside the country.
Yeah, so I can believe that.
Yeah. So that's, and again, I hate that I'm being the one to defend this lady because but yeah, in her defense, she said Nigerians living outside the country are buried in regret and depression. I mean, I can give it to her. She just needs to be more specific with communicating, because I guess that would be part of her job, right? She's a leader. She should be efficient in communication, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's what it is.